So today's video is about the unseen foundation of successful founders. It's not just about having brilliant ideas. It's actually the deep internal work that brings the transformation and long-term strategy and planning for your business that's going to bring you meaningful success, however that success may look for you. So you can almost imagine this as being like an iceberg. We have the tip that we see above the water. And that's the visible success, the brilliant ideas, the marketing strategies, the sales techniques, everything that brings results. But we often don't pay attention to what's really going on below that waterline. What's the bigger part of that iceberg that we're not seeing? And this is actually where the main work is really taking place. Now, this isn't necessarily easy. It's hard work to actually build and look at yourself and see where are you going to bring those improvements. It's as much about the personal development as it is about your professional development and growth. So how are we going to do that? How are we actually going to make that work for us? Well, we often talk about resilience and grit. And it's about not just about bouncing back from our failures and looking at those challenges and enduring them. What are the lessons we're going to take from them? What are the lessons we're going to take forward and say, right, actually, this was something, I've learned something from this. This was a challenging time. How am I actually going to make sure that I don't repeat that same challenge in some way? So I'm not blindsided. I'm going to actually reflect on that and perhaps build that into my SOPs, my processes within my business so that I don't get caught out again. Next, we come to emotional intelligence. This is a phrase that's really picked up momentum in the last couple of years, and we see it all the time on our socials. What does it actually mean? It's about that ability to look at a challenge and actually understand not just ourselves, but others. We've got to be able to have that empathy to step into someone else's shoes, or literally step into someone's heart and mind and pretend, what is it they're going through? It may not be about you. How they play out and how they actually react to you is probably nothing to do with you. It's what's going on for them. So when we're able to do that and get that broader picture, we get better relationships and better understanding of what our clients are going through. So in our business sense, we're able to actually deliver more meaningfully and more in alignment. We start to serve rather than just having a transaction with our clients. And that leads us very nicely to self-awareness and purpose. What is it that we need to know about our why? And how does our actions actually align with our values in our business? It's so important to understand our values in our business. If there's something that presents itself as an opportunity, let's say there's a new client that comes along and they present something that they're, in our case, want to market. Well, let's take an example of exploitative clothing making, let's say. Now, if that doesn't align with my values, my personal values, that I don't like exploitation, I don't like that industry, and I don't want to be promoting that, the authentic thing for me to do would be to step away and decline that opportunity. Because I'm not going to be able to serve that client to the best of my ability because the values don't align. So I've just given you a very broad example there. So I would really encourage you to think about your values and understand how that then plays out when you're dealing with your clients. Next, we come to continuous learning and adaptability. So what can we be doing in our business that actually evolves with new knowledge, and how do we need to pivot? Now, this business of ours is 23 years old. And if I look to where we started in our journey and where we are today, and that journey's not done yet, we have pivoted and reshaped so many times. It's a continuous process. Now, if you said where you started and where you are today, they don't align. They do, because there have been many pivots that have been happening, that have been evolving our business and ourselves. We've learned so much that we now have such a broad base of knowledge. And I always say every day is a learning day. So it doesn't stop. The years doesn't just stop because you've got X amount of experience. You're still learning because the world is constantly evolving and changing. And we need to be able to apply our knowledge in a meaningful way with the breadth of the depth that we have in our knowledge. And then finally, we've got discipline and consistency. Now, again, in the world we're living in, where everything seems to be about speed, change, look what's going on with somebody else's socials, comparison, this is when we can start jumping ship constantly, trying to realign, thinking that we're going to get some kind of success if we follow somebody else's plan. We actually don't know what somebody else's plan is. We need to stick to our own. And this really does then boil down to how we're going to discipline ourselves and how we're going to show up consistently. And this is said so often on socials at the moment about consistency winning over just taking action sporadically. So it's about settling down and working out for yourself, what are the meaningful actions I need to take consistently every single day that's going to bring me my result. There are lots of things we do on a daily basis because we need to, we have to, we know that. It's like brushing your teeth. You know you're going to do that twice a day to look after your teeth. There's an outcome. Doesn't mean we necessarily enjoy doing it or want to do it, but we do it. So think of those things in your own business that you need to do consistently that are going to bring you those big results as your business moves on and as time evolves. So think about that iceberg and think about the actions that look outwardly as bringing you a result, but then go back and do the deep work that's actually going to bring those transformative results. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a like or a share or subscribe to the channel.